Hi, good morning for those of you who are attending here. I know it's still the day after Christmas, and I'm sure everyone is still in the holiday mood. So, if you're watching, welcome. Today, we are going to do for SPM 2022 11119 reading and use of English. Hopefully, this seminar will benefit all of you who are watching. All right, let's get started. All right, so the content of the seminar today is we are looking, like I said, 1119-1 reading and use of English. And we'll be looking at part 1, reading short text, 3 option multiple choice. Part 2, closed text, 4 option multiple choice. Part 3, reading but longer text with 4 option multiple choice. That means the text gets longer and longer as you go deeper into the different parts. Part 4, gap text. And part 5, matching and information transfer. All right. So actually when you're doing reading paper for 1119 for SPM, these are the reading skills that you need to make sure you have to be able to successfully answer the reading paper. So the skills would be reading for main ideas, which is considered skimming. You also need to read for specific details and information, which is scanning. You'll be guessing meaning of unknown words, meaning you're predicting. And then you are also going to read and understand the tone of a text. Right? And then the attitude of the writer or the speaker in the text. All right? And then the opinion of the writer. And you are also going to be tested on your grammar skills, meaning your knowledge of grammar. Okay, let's start with reading and use of English part 1, reading short text. You have 8 marks, but I'm only going to give you 2 examples. Hi, morning Husna. Okay, let's look at this. These are the strategy for part 1. All right, I always like to highlight strategies because these strategies are important, and you will realize that the strategies are more or less the same to show you that if you become proficient or skillful in these strategies, it doesn't matter what type of question paper or questions are being asked for language proficiency paper, you will be able to answer them. All right. So the first thing I always remind all of you, read the instruction. Instruction can change. Read and understand the instruction and then read the question. Okay, what the question asks you, what you need to find out. All right, read the questions and then only read the options because it's a multiple choice question. So you got multiple choice answers. Underline the keywords in the questions and option. If you don't like underlining, you want to highlight, you want to circle, anything is okay. As long as you be able to focus what you need to look for in the text. And then you read the text to identify similar keywords from the questions and options. These strategies are very important for those who are not very proficient in the language. So this will help you answer better. All right. And then you answer the questions in your own words, because if you can get the answer in your own words means you understand. Only then after that you choose the best answer based on your own answer. You look at the options and see which one is the closest to yours. All right. And then you read again to check and confirm that your answer that you have chosen is the correct one. Okay, so let's look at one example. So read the instruction. So the instruction here says, read the text carefully in each question. Choose the best answer, A, B, or C. For each question, mark the correct answer. one that I've chosen here says mark. In your exam paper, they might say circle. Another question paper might say, choose. So you have to read the instruction and make sure you do what has been instructed. Okay? And then you look at steps 2 and 3, read the questions and options. So this is an example of a text given, but I'm not going to look at the text first. I'm going to look at the question. The question asks the purpose of the advertisement. This is reading for main ideas. What's the purpose of the advertisement? So is it to introduce the restaurant, delivery service, to let customers know that they can call the restaurant, to let customers know the food will be delivered free of charge? So these are the three. So I would read the questions and options. As I'm reading, I would look for the keywords. Okay, so I underline the keywords in the questions and options. So for this example, the purpose of the advertisement, I want the keyword would be purpose. What is the purpose of the advertisement? Is it to introduce a delivery service? Is it for customers know that they can call, customers can call, or the restaurant, sorry, or the purpose is about food being delivered free of charge? So once I know what the question is asking and the options I have, then I would do the next thing, which is to read the text to identify similar keywords from the questions and options. So there will be words in the text, in the question and options that would appear similarly in the text. So I'll be looking at your doorsteps, all right? You order, because you got the word about delivery, right? So you order, we deliver. And right here, delivered at your doorsteps. So it's hungry, unable to dine out. Don't worry, we can deliver. Remember that we have a good selection of food to be delivered at your doorstep. You order, we deliver. So in my own opinion, not looking at the option, what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer the question in my own words after knowing. These are the things I've underlined. So I feel that it is to inform anyone who are looking at the advertisement that they can, have food sent to the home. That's my answer, because doorstep is my home. So from there, I already answered the question in my own words. Then I look at the option and I see which one would be the best. So for me, the answer C would be the best, because it says about food delivered free of charge. Is it free of charge? Did it say free of charge? Right. No. So it would be, is it to A, to introduce the delivery service? Right? Yes. Because it didn't talk about it's free. Maybe there's payment. There is nothing to talk about free of charge, because there is not written here in the text that it's free. All right, it didn't, yes, definitely you can call, but you call for the restaurant to deliver food to you. But there is no mention of price. So actually, C is a distractor, meaning it wants to distract you from talking about, from choosing the correct answer when it has the extra word free of charge. So if you do not look carefully, because there's no price mentioned here, you might have chosen C. So the answer is A. All right, let's continue. All right, I read again and confirm, which I've done. I've shown you why I choose A and not C, because there's no price mentioned. Okay, let's look at another question. If you have questions, please feel free to ask, because I can see if you are asking questions. All right. Okay. Next, we no longer read the instruction, because you have done that before you did question 1. So if you go to the next question, you immediately just read the question and option. This is another sign or label or advertisement. So the question is, which statement is true about the writing workshop? So I need to find out what is true. All right. So let me go back to this one. And then the 3 option is the workshop will be carried out for 3 days. Participants write while walking and breathing fresh air. And the concept of workshop is being in nature to be creative. So I underline the keywords in the question and option. So let me look at the question, looking at what is true, not false. Okay, is it about the workshop carried out for 3 days, or is it anybody attending the workshop can write while they walk and breathe fresh air, or the concept of the workshop is being in nature to be creative. So I underline. Now you underline keywords that you feel is important that will help you focus. All right, so it might be a little bit different, but mostly the verbs would be the verbs and the nouns would be the one that you want to underline. All right, okay, so now I read the text, which is the advertisement, right? A writing workshop with a difference. So what is true? I walk through our tropical jungle and write. Okay, so you walk through your tropical jungle to write. Let nature help your mind create beautiful words. Isn't this a breath of fresh air? And they gave the date is 19 and 20. I already know 19 and 20 is 2 days. Therefore, I know the answer A would not be right because A says 3 days, right? So I underline that because talking about A, the answer says 3 days and I say it's 19 and 20, 7 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and they tell you where to register. So I'm going to answer the questions in my own words. What is it true about it? Okay, so I'm going to walk through the tropical jungle. I'm going to write. So I'm going to be able to be free with my ideas because the nature will help me create beautiful words. All right, so I have 2 distractors there. I got 2 choices, either B or C. So which would be better, right? So the answer would be C because they say that take a walk through a tropical jungle and write, let nature help you. I don't think you write while you're walking and breathing. All right, it's just that you walk through the tropical jungle and you get ideas. You might jot down the ideas and then maybe you sit down somewhere in the jungle and write. Okay, so compared to B and C, C is a better answer than B because the concept of the workshop is for you to be in nature, to be creative. Right, that's how you answer the question. Sometimes the distractor is there to make you choose the wrong answer. So you need to carefully think and choose the best answer. All right, let's look at, I read again and I check and confirm. Okay, let's look at part 2. Any questions for part 1? No. So let's look at part 2, close text. 4 option multiple choice and this is 10 marks, right? So you have strategy for part 2, right? So part 2, always read the instruction, then you read the passage carefully. While reading, circle the tense used throughout the text, identify the subject, and its verb in every sentence. Now it's quite difficult, this one, because this is where your knowledge of grammar comes in. Okay, for those of us who speaks English all the time and very fluent in the language, it is an automatic, you know it automatically what word is missing. For those of you who are not proficient, you need to know parts of the language, only then you'll be able to choose the correct answer. All right. Then you identify what part of speech is missing in each gap. This is quite difficult. Hi, morning, Salina. All right. And then you fill in the blanks with your own words. Okay, that's what I always do. Fill in the blanks with your own words first. Then only you choose the best answers from the option based on your own answers. And then again, you check and confirm. All right. So let's look at one example. All right, so read the instruction again, read the text and choose the best answer word for each space. For each question, mark the correct answer A, B or C. Again, here is use mark. It can be choose, it can be circle. Please remember, now I'm going to give a reminder, when you are in Form 5 in your SPM for reading, you have an OMR paper where you have to shade your answers in the OMR paper. For A, if there is an option A, B, C, or D, whatever options you have to shade it, and then you will have also space for you to write your answers for the one you have to fill in the blanks, which will be in part 5. So make sure you use pencil or read the instruction. What has been stated there? Use pencil to shade. So use pencil, shade it, and write your answers, because the computer will mark the objective answers. All right. That is a reminder for all SPM candidates. But like I say, read instructions always. Okay. Right. Let's continue. Read the passage carefully. While reading, circle the tense and use throughout the text and identify the subject and its verb in every sentence. So this is what I've done. So this is the text I'm going to read. It said that there is a time. How soon is too soon? It is said, that is the answer for 0 has been given. Always an example will be given to you, that there is a time for everything. The question is now, you have that. How soon is too soon to start kids on a computer? The answer is to your question is simple. All right. The baby is less than a year old. Obviously, he or she is too young. An infant's eyesight would not have developed to focus on the screen. Their span is too short and they would have very limited hand-eye coordination. Some infants are hardly able to even sit their own. Automatically, I know what's the answer, because you use such phrasal verbs always. Having said that, there are always different opinions given by experts concerning the suitable age for a baby to use computers. Some child psychiatrists are about exposing 3-year-olds to computers. These psychiatrists strongly recommend the idea of parents focusing on stimulating their babies the traditional way, reading, sports, and play. And then number 7 is the beginning of a sentence. So there are those who believe that early exposures to computers is important in digital world. It can be seen as a way to develop the toddler abilities to identify letters, shapes, and numbers via a computer. Nonetheless, it has been agreed upon that as a child begins to start the keyboard, parents should make sure they are sitting there engaging in shoulder-to-shoulder computing, right? So what part of speech is missing in each gap? So I've underlined the verbs to be that is, to show that it's in present. All right, I know now it's in present because it's about now, about facts, what's going on, discussion is going on about computers. So what I do is, the question now, verbs to be is, are, was, were. I think so. I'm just putting there. The answer, the part of speech can change, all right, just to let you know. This is how you do. The answer to your question is simple. All right. If the baby is, I don't know, I'm just assuming it's a conjunction, and then you have their, now here is number 3. You're talking about this one, it can be an adjective. All right. Now so many is coming out. And then here is a preposition. Okay, missing verb is a preposition. And then you have, here is number 5. Are is a verb. Some child psychiatrists are, because after are usually would be a verb. And then a preposition here, number 6. Way, of, for, I don't know. Adverb, right? Article here, 8 here. And then adverb, and then a verb. Now, if you don't know what is the part of speech, is fine. Okay, what you can do is you just assume what you think the words are, because I know you don't remember all this. It's fine, right? But in your textbook, this is the way you are taught, especially if you have done, what is that book? Close Up. Form 3, this is one way they have taught. Form 4 also you have this where they teach you, if you know the parts of speech, you'll be able to do this, all right? So let's just try. This is my own answer. It is not from the answer, from the choices. I just putting a question now is, how soon is too soon? The answer to your question is simple. If the baby is less, obviously he is too young. All right, their attention span, because I use language when I see the word span, it's always about attention span. Okay, it's too short and they will have limited hand-eye coordination to even sit on their own. Okay, there's a phrasal verb, sit on. Some child psychiatrists are unhappy about exposing 3-year-olds. They strongly recommend, uh, because I see the word that they recommend something else, so I assume it's unhappy. And then the true reading, sports, and play. However, there are those who believe that early exposure to computers is important. This is to show the change of opinion in the digital world, right? And then you have, nonetheless, has been agreed upon that as soon as, the reason I have as soon is because here how to say, giveaway for me, because I see as, upon that as, so as soon as a child starts playing the keyboard. So I put my own answer. All right, now these things happen very fast. It doesn't take a long time, because when you're reading you might fill in the blanks with your own words without looking at the options given. Then what you should do is then you choose your answer. I've put my answer. Now I'm going to look at the options given. So you have here is, so I'm right. It cannot be I, it cannot be was, it cannot be were, because the question is only one question is. Then you have the answer. I have if. If the baby is less. You cannot have but the baby is less or the baby is less as 4. I'm looking at also the other options to see whether the best one has been chosen. Okay, and then the attention span, you have brain, mind, thinking. Usually you never use brain span, mind span, thinking span. It doesn't go together. Okay, and then number 4, I also have on. So even sit on, sit for different meaning, sit by is a different meaning, sit at is a different phrasal verb. Every one of the preposition that comes after the verb has a different meaning. You need to know the different meaning. Okay, all right, sit for an exam. Okay, sit by her side. Okay, and then let's look at the next one, number 5. I put unhappy. As you can see, there is no unhappy for number 5. So they are talking about doubts. So some child psychiatrists are, the best answer would be doubtful. Doubt cannot. Okay, doubts cannot, doubting cannot. It's doubtful. Okay, this one is adjective already. It's not a verb, because you are explaining about the psychiatrists. They are doubtful. Okay, then you have here number 6. I have through reading. Cannot be traditional way, in or to or beside. This one is a preposition. It's through reading, sports, and play. And then you have, there are those who believe. So the second paragraph are people who are against using computers at an early age. But the next paragraph are people who believe that exposure to computer at early age is good. Therefore, I use however, and I have however. The since, you can't use since, you cannot use moreover. Moreover is to add on to what has already been stated. If positive, it should be extra positive. All right, whenever also cannot. So the best answer is however. It's important in the. Now look at number 8. I use a article the, but there is no article here. So it's important in. All right, we are all in the digital world, so it's our. It cannot be their. If you say their, means it's different from one another. It cannot be your, it cannot be they. The best answer is our digital world, right? And then number 9, I have, you cannot use upon that directly as a child. Cannot. You can see you got as soon. All right, so you have the answer there. And then begins to start. This is the one. I use the word playing. but the answer would be clicking. All right. Playing the keyboard would be how we always use, how to say, colloquial English, meaning not standard English. All right. Keyboards, you click on it, you don't play the keyboards. So sometimes you choose answer like I did, playing. You have playing, but that's not the best answer, because when you look at the other options, clicking is the better answer than playing. Okay, so that's how you go about doing part 2. Right? Any questions? No. Okay, let's continue to part 3. This is longer text, 4 option multiple choice. So far Form 5, Form 4, Form 5, you're lucky. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, you are using, you have multiple choice, which is good compared to the one I did previously for the Form 1, 2, 3 for UASA. Okay, all right, let's continue to part 3. Part 3, okay, these are the strategy. Read the instruction, skim the article or text to get an idea what the text is about. You need to quickly just read to know what the text is about, okay? And then you read the questions and options again. Underline the keywords in the questions and options. So now you see the strategy is the same. It's only thing the text becomes longer. All right. And then you read the text to identify similar keywords from the questions and options. Now, this is one thing you need to know. By right, the questions follow the flow of the text. Okay, so question number 1 always comes with the beginning and then it'll go down to the text. That's a good exam question. So usually it happens that way. You just follow the flow of the text to get the answer. Right? Answer the questions again in your own words. When you understand the question, you can find answers in your own words. You will be able to find the best answer in the option. Then only choose the best answer. Okay, based on step 6. This is step 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you read again to check and confirm. All right, let's look at 1. Read the instruction again. You are going to read an extract from an article for questions 1 to 8. Mark and correct answer, the correct answer A, B, C, or D. Now you have extra 1 option D. Right? So mark or circle or choose whatever. You scan. So I'm going to show, I'm not going to do all questions with you. I'm just selecting 2 or 3 questions to do with you so that you can see how it's done. So you scan. When you scan, usually when you scan, you just read, okay, the first sentence, Facebook was launched. He's talking about Facebook, was launched on 4th February 2004 and only students at Harvard University had access to it initially. All right, I'm reading that. And then I'm reading the last one. Out of 4 people, at least 1 person who browses the internet not only has a Facebook account, but has written to the site within the next hour. So I know the text is about Facebook, when it's launched and how many people, go back to Facebook. And then the second paragraph, I have this network giant is the 3rd most used website in the world after Google and YouTube, and has an online traffic of about 25.5 billion across the world. The youngsters watching this, the Form 5 will say yes, only the old people will go and use YouTube. The young ones, they don't do that. They go to Instagram and TikTok, I'm sure. And then you look at the last one, which it is said that all of the web great superpowers, YouTube that keeps us entertained, Google which keeps us searched, helps us search for data and information, while Microsoft has made it easy for everyone to use computers. One huge advantage that Facebook has over those other sites is the emotional connection of these users. So the second paragraph tells me about it being the most used website and how is it different compared to the other websites like Google, YouTube, and Microsoft. Okay, so that's basically how you just quickly read and get an idea is about Facebook and how Facebook at their advantage. So far I'm looking at it at the advantage and its plus point, right? Then this is the whole text, and it is undeniable there are so many of us who are comfortable living so much of our life on Facebook, which is very true. Everyone shares everything on Facebook, right? And then the last paragraph, the feelings you experience on Facebook are heartfelt and personal, and the data you are providing, however, makes money for the platform. So the second paragraph talks about the emotional connection, and I can see that it continues sharing about that in the third paragraph about the emotional connection. And Facebook is making money out of that emotional connection that people have with things we share on Facebook. And then this one, besides being a medium to interact, Facebook has become a marketing platform. I'm sure you know about Marketplace. And many of these online stores, so talking about people making it into a platform to buy and sell things, facility to make online payments and deliver goods to the buyer's house. So I just read the first sentence and the last sentence in each paragraph to know what's it about. So, sorry, Facebook tagline is help to connect and share with people. And Facebook has become a kind of virtual pacemaker, setting the rhythms of our online lives, either by socializing or the serious career networking. So it's a lot of talking about benefits of Facebook, how it has impact people's life and what you can use for. So I just read that and I get an idea. After that, what I will do is I will read the question. I do not read the whole text yet. I just I skimmed through, just reading the first and last sentence, or if it's very short paragraph, only the first sentence of that paragraph, okay? So here, you read the questions and options and underline the keywords. So you can see, usually they'll say about paragraph, in paragraph 1, so you look at paragraph 1, ignore all the other paragraphs. But before you can read paragraph 1, you need to know what you're going to look for. So in paragraph 1, what does the writer, hi, I don't know who Rais, I don't know who's AMD, okay, hi morning, I only saw your message now. In paragraph 1, what does the writer mean by the phrase, if it was a country, Facebook would be the world's largest country by population? And you have 4 options there, whether Facebook is a country with large population, is it a country founded by Mark Zuckerberg, whether it's a Facebook users very popular and large in number, or it has an extremely large number of users worldwide. So we are looking at paragraph 1. I'm highlighting paragraph 1 to remind myself I only look at paragraph 1. I am not going to bother about the other paragraphs. I need to find out what this sentence or phrase mean. Okay, so is it a country with large population? Definitely, we know Facebook is not a country, so we know the answer is already wrong. Is a country founded? No, Facebook is not a country. So we know A and B is out of the question if you know what Facebook is. It's Facebook users are popular and large in number, or does it has an extremely large number of users worldwide? Right? We would know the answer for number 1, okay, easily. Now, second one, paragraph 2, we are looking for what is true about Facebook, whether it has caused massive online traffic worldwide, whether it's as famous as Google, YouTube, and Microsoft. It can be, the keyword there is only, right? Only be used for networking and advertising, and helps search for that data, information, and keeps us entertained. So we have to look what is true in paragraph 2 only. So let's look at the 2 of this paragraph 3. In paragraph 2, which word can best replace the word ambiguous? Is it? Alright, so if you don't know, it's fine. When you put in the word A, B, C, or D, you will know what's the answer. In paragraph 3, what are the feelings one will not experience in Facebook? So look at paragraph 3 and say, I didn't underline the other four the options because they are all just one word. Okay. So this is number 5. Why does the writer say that Facebook is a contradiction? Contradiction is something that does not go hand in hand with something. It says one thing and it does another. So mostly those older than 44 years old, I'm sure those who are young will say yes, yes. All right. It makes money when you upload photos online. Users learn how to change their lifestyles, and users love to broadcast their precious moment. And in paragraph 4, what is not true? Okay, just now the earlier question asked what is true, but for this paragraph they ask you not what is not true. It helps small businesses prosper. It has limited categories of online stores, and the stores offer home deliveries, and it also enables one to easily access and purchase global brands, right? Okay, number 7. It's stated that Zuckerberg's next goal is even more ambitious. This shows that he is proud and aspiring, whether he's proud, aspiring, brave, easygoing, smart, hardworking, or whether he's determined and motivated. That the purpose is the main idea. The purpose of this article is to do what? Is it to encourage new users to open a Facebook account, inform readers about the disadvantage, or discuss Facebook's style of connecting various social networks, or arouse people's interest about the emotional connections on Facebook? So I'm just going to show 2 examples. Facebook was launched on 4th February. So now I already underlined the keywords in the question and options. So I'm looking at paragraph 1 only. Facebook was launched on 4th February 2004 and only students at Harvard University has access to it initially. Alright. However, due to overwhelming response, it expanded to colleges around Boston and then to various Ivy League colleges. Founded by undergraduate Mark Zuckerberg in 2003, Facebook is one of the most popular social networking in today's times. Today, Facebook has over 2.5 billion users worldwide. If it was a country, if it was a country, Facebook would be the world's largest country by population. That is the word. So what does it mean? We know Facebook is not a country when we were looking at the questions and option. So A and B is out. So you have to look at the sentences before and after. Okay, Facebook is one of the most popular social networking in today's time. All right, and out of 4 people, at least 1 person who browsed not only has a Facebook but has returned. So is it talking about popularity or is it talking about large number of users worldwide? Right? Okay, so the best answer would be it is talking about worldwide because it has 2.5 billion users worldwide. Out of 4 people, so it doesn't matter what country you are in, 1 out of 4 people will go back to the Facebook account within the next hour. Right? Users are very here. Facebook users are very popular. Here is talking about the users who are popular and large in number. All right. So that is not the correct answer. The best answer would be D. Let's look at another one. Okay. So here we are asking for what is true. So let's look what is true. The network giant is the 3rd most used website in the world after Google and YouTube. Okay, so is it as famous or not? It's 3rd, all right? And the online traffic of about 25.5 billion across the world. This website is not only a platform for networking, but is also useful in bettering education, making news more accessible, advertising and promoting businesses. So there's a lot of things that this website Facebook is good for. It's for networking, bettering education, making news more accessible, advertising and promoting businesses a lot, right? Okay, so you got networking and all that. Because of the variety of application, it has almost become, and that's the word just now they were asking, hi Kalai, good morning. It is said that all the web's great superpowers, YouTube has, of all, it keeps us entertained, helps us, Google help search data. One huge advantage of Facebook has over other side is the emotional connection of its users. All right. What does it mean? It means that it has an emotional connection, is as famous as Google, YouTube, and because here that doesn't talk anything about massive online traffic. Okay, it doesn't say it only used for networking and advertising like I've mentioned just now. You have a lot of other things, and the data is for Google and information. Entertainment, yes, it's YouTube. So D is out. The only answer left is B. Okay, right. Or like now we're looking for words. How you know you want to find the meaning of the words, right? It has because of the variety of the application. That means there's so much choices for you. Okay, is it when you have so much choices? Is it rare? Rare is, I'm sure you know what's meaning of rare. Something is hard to find. Scarce is also same meaning with like rare. Okay, what here it means is it's always there. Okay, it's always there for you to use. So it's everywhere. Okay, it's everywhere. That's the word. Omnipresent means something is there but you cannot sense it or cannot see it. Okay. All right, here is feelings. What are the feelings one will not experience? So if you look at feelings, you have Facebook is filled with cherished memories of its users. You can celebrate your loved one. Now, when you celebrate, here you are not, what you're not going to experience, celebrate, show something about happiness. Your child's first step, or mourn and grieve the passing, that is sadness. However, the network makes money. So what feeling is not shared here? You have sadness, you have people who passed away, sadness, you have happiness, you have warmth. Fear is not, you don't have fear that is not experienced in Facebook. All right, the one in paragraph 3, in real Facebook, you may have experienced fear, but we're talking about paragraph 3. Okay, well, I got the answers already there. This one is the next paragraph. Why does the writer say that Facebook is a contradiction? So let's look at this. However, the word here is a contradiction at times. It's filled with cherished memories of its users. You can celebrate everything, right? It's the same sentence before that, all right? However, because of the word however here to say what's contradicting. The network makes money because you are posting those important moments online. Okay, so it means that you want to share everything that is good, fantastic, awesome, and then you have also sometimes sadness that you share, but Facebook makes money out of you uploading photos online. That's what it means. Okay, so whether it's a sad situation, happy situation, they are making money out of what you are sharing on Facebook. Okay, then you have paragraph number 6. In paragraph 4, what is not true? So you look, one can easily access all the famous global brands on Facebook. Several small-time businesses have become more successful on Facebook. One can buy practically anything on Facebook. All right. So, and you have many of the online stores have facilities to make online payments and deliver goods to the buyer's house. So does it help? That is not true. Does it help smaller businesses prosper? Has limited categories of online shoppers. It offers home delivery. Here got deliver goods to buyer's home. help small businesses. Several small time businesses have become successful. This is correct. This is correct. Enables one to easily access and purchase global brands. Yes, because you have the word global brand somewhere here. Okay. So is it limited categories? Here, you can buy anything on Facebook. So it's not limited categories. So that's not true. It has all kinds of categories. All right. And when you talk about the next goal is even more ambitious. If someone is even more ambitious, what does it show? What does it show? It's more to make Facebook a kind of second nervous system that is rapid firing more of our thoughts and feelings over the web. So if someone has that kind of ambition or the next goal in his life, he's not proud or aspiring. He's not brave. He doesn't show brave and easygoing. Whether he's smart or hardworking, or is it determined and motivated. So he's more determined and motivated. Okay, all right. But better answer than smart and hardworking, because it doesn't show smartness or hardworking in the sentence. And the last one, what is the purpose of the article? The purpose of the article is the whole text that you have read. So it's more of discussing Facebook styles of connecting various social networks. It is not to encourage new users. It didn't tell you to open Facebook. It didn't tell definitely disadvantage. And it's also not arousing or making people think about the emotional connection on Facebook. But the best answer would be C. Okay. That's part 3. Any questions? No. No questions means good. All right. Part 4, gap text, 6 marks. All right. So let's look at the strategy. This one I couldn't do in a graphic form. So you read the instruction, because gap text is one of the hardest that most of students, regardless of age, find it difficult to, or find it challenging to do. So you skim the passage carefully. Skimming, again, just read the first and last sentence, or only the first sentence, to get an idea what the text is about. And then you read the 8 provided sentences, always underline keywords, and then you scan the passage. So when you scan the passage, meaning reading for detail, main idea, you look at the main idea, you look for the keywords from the sentence before and after the gap, right? Where you have to find a sentence to put in between the sentences. So you need to know what the idea is about, what are they talking about, all right? And then choose the best sentence that suit the gap. So look at also how the sentences is connected, such as, like I said before, linkers, words, phrases, time periods, cause and effect. Is it an example? Is it a contrast? Is it a repetition? Look at the tenses, look at the pronouns. These all will help you make the correct choice. Okay? Read the passage again with the chosen sentences to ensure there is a flow or continuity in the text. And always remember, do not word spot, meaning you assume that if the same word or name or date appears in the one of the choices in the 8 sentences, or that is automatically the right sentence. Not necessarily. Okay? Right. So you are going to read an article about the advantages of online gaming. So you know what's the article about. 6 sentences have been removed from the article. So choose from the sentences A to H, which is 8 sentences there, the one which fits each gap 1 to 6. There are 2 extra sentences which you do not need to use. These 2 sentences are there to distract you from choosing the correct answer. So be very careful, right? Okay. So let's just skim the text. Online. Okay, you read quickly. Online gaming is one of the major trends today. I'm not looking at number 2, I'm looking at number 2. Studies have shown that with the support of parents, the teachers, and teaches games like Timetable Rockstars that is used in primary school has proven to help younger children improve their early reading skill. So online gaming and talking about reading skills, okay? Online gaming helps to enhance memory, brain speed and concentration. Studies have shown that playing games that instruct players to find for items while fighting off other opponents can help children develop their multitasking skills. Finally, the more complex multiplayer games help teach players how to be strategic and analytical. So looks like telling me when I'm reading, just skimming, that it's about online game and how it helps your children with reading skills, with memory, with brain, with all kinds of different strategies and skills, and how to make someone be more, how to say, strategical. Analytical means you're very, you know how to strategize certain things. Okay, good in strategies. All right, and essential skill that can be used in real job. Okay, so good things about online gaming. Right, so I know it's about positive things, so I read the 8 sentences. So I know that it requires players' attention to detail, great way to learn about different perspective and culture. I didn't see anything about cultures and perspective. Can develop talent, maybe. All right, play games regularly. They improve their short and long-term memory and their brain process information quicker. Okay, I've read something about memory and brain processes. React quickly to changes in the game to calculate the risk and rewards. In addition, see there are words like linkers. In addition, apps like Endless Alphabet is a great tool to help children learn in a more engaging way. As long as there is an internet connection, anybody would be able to play any games. And it is also possible to gain cash via online gaming as a result of winning games, right? So I'm looking at things in the text now to fill in. Online gaming is one of the major trends today, there's a gap there, right? Talking about trends, and that although it is a known source of entertainment, parental guidance and support is needed in order to help nurture the child's creativity, nurture good relationship with their friends and improve their strategic thinking. So now I'm scanning the passage and I'm underlining the keywords. Then there's a gap again, and studies have shown that with the support of parents and teachers, games like Times Table Rockstar that is used in primary school has proven to help younger children improve their early reading skills. Oh, okay. So what is the next sentence that would go after this? That's what I need to look for. Right, then online gaming helps to enhance memory, brain speed and concentration. Okay, and then games capture players' imagination, thus helping them to stay focused on certain tasks and build their perseverance to achieve a goal. Studies have shown that playing games that instruct players to find for items while fighting off, help children develop their multitasking skills. So what is the sentence after that? And then you got finally talking about complex multiple player games help teach pupils how to be strategic and analytical. There is a blank there. And you have in short, there are the essential skills. Okay, I am just going to do 3. Okay, I see I have also circled the connectors, although, finally, and in short. Okay, right. So you have online gaming is one of the major trends today. This is because, the red one is what I've underlined just now earlier when I show you, and these are things I need to do. I'm looking at the linkers or any connectors to tell me when you want to put in the sentence, this is because this is talking about something before that and explaining. All right. As well, for C is to show a continuation what games can do also. F, in addition, That means extra information. Okay, and then G, as long as, and also, right? So, got the answer there. Online gaming is one of the major trends today. Okay, and then you have, although it is a known source of entertainment. Okay, parental guidance and support is needed in order to help nurture. Right, you have entertainment. Okay, so answer is G because I have nothing about entertainment there except for G. As long as there is internet connection, anybody will be able to play any games online. Okay, because A is this is because. Nothing to do about is a major, this is because it requires, no. Okay, and not talking about different culture and perspective, is talking about entertainment, parental guidance. Okay, games can help talent. Nothing about talent has been stated in the next sentence. D, also nothing talking about improving short term. Okay, nothing. The best answer would be G. Then when I look at number 2, I don't know if you can see, it's very small, I know. You have the sentence before that about nurtures the child's creativity and nurture good relationship with their friends and improve their strategic thinking. Then you have studies have shown. So when you're talking about child's creativity, nurture good relationship with their friends, improve their strategic thinking, then you have studies have shown, the best answer would be C, because they talk about, have shown that with the support of parents and teachers, games like the timetable rock that is used have helped younger children improve their early reading skills. So besides that they have a good relationship with their friends and improve their strategic thinking, games can help develop talent as well. Because studies have shown this is what. Okay? Right. And then number 3 is the last sentence. This is not a good example because usually one paragraph you have only like one missing sentence or 2. Here got 3. So you have the last sentence there that is missing before you go to the next paragraph. So once they have improved their early reading skills, what do they do then? What is the best sentence? Will be F. In addition, apps like Endless Alphabet is a great tool to help children learn in a more engaging way. Okay, because they are adding more to the example of the times table rock stars. Okay, then you have online game helps to enhance memory, brain speed and concentration. Now what does that say about brain speed, memory and concentration? D, when children play these games, they improve their short and long-term memory and their brain processes information quicker. So that goes very well with the sentence before, and then it continues with the sentence after. Games capture players' imagination. Right, now you have the next paragraph 3. Studies have shown that playing games that instruct players to find for items while fighting off opponents help develop their multitasking skill. So you're talking about multitasking skill. This is because now you want to explain why it helps children develop their multitasking skill. Because it requires players' attention to detail and quicker reactions. Okay, and then number 6, you're talking about complex multiplayer games help teach players how to be strategic and analytical. So it goes E, they need to react quickly to changes in the game to calculate the risk and rewards. When you're talking about multiplayer games, right, and they need to be strategic and analytical, the reason is because they need to be quick. If those of you who are involved a lot in playing online games, you know that is very true. When you are playing with multiplayers, you need to be quick. If you are playing solo, it's fine. But when you're playing multiplayers, you need to be quick. So that's how you do. This is a very, very difficult text, the online gaming one. You need to actually spend a lot of time analyzing the text and the sentences before, after, and also the 8 sentences to choose the answer. All right, any questions? No. Right, let's look at the last part, part 5. Matching and information transfer, 8 marks. This is the only part of the paper where you have to write your answers, the words. You don't shade answer A, B, C, D, or A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H for part 4. Okay. So this is the strategy. You read the instruction, you scan the text and underline the keywords. You read the incomplete sentences, you underline the keywords in the sentences. You read the text to look for similar keywords used in the sentences, and then you write the answer. And you check to ensure the alphabet or spelling is correct. If you have alphabet to choose, A or 1 or whatever alphabet, paragraph A, paragraph B, make sure it's correct. And then read again to check and confirm. Okay, let's look. We list the synopsis of 5 different movies. Read the synopsis and answer the questions that follow. So you have this, what to watch. You got 5 movies there: Alive, Fast and Furious, The Fate of the Furious, Sonic the Hedgehog, Mulan, and Aladdin. Okay, so I have Alive is a zombie film. It's a fresh stories. It's a Korean thriller. I've never watched this. Fresh story. It's a perfect movie if you want. If a real life pandemic alone is not enough, to convince yourself to quarantine yourself. Okay, and then you have the Fast and Furious. It's an over dramatized races, unimaginable stunts, and explosive high adrenaline filled scenes. You have racing cars, high speed chases, and spectacular stunts. And then you got Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a kid targeted action adventure movie. It's talking about a superhero, a blue hedgehog who becomes a superhero of a kind, making him an alien with special ability. And Sonic never feels abandoned, but he is lonely, and the importance of companionship. And then Mulan, I'm sure you all have watched Mulan. It's a Disney princess movie with a specific reason. No man in her life solves all her problems. And Mulan is a character whose motivation comes from duty, honor, loyalty, and a sense of patriotism. And then you have Aladdin, which is a live action version of the Disney animated classic. Okay, so that's the text. And then you have which paragraph A to E describes the movie. So Tasha enjoys watching action movies. All right, so action horror movies. Just by that, you already know what movie she's going to enjoy. And then Roshni enjoys car chases and action-packed movies. That also you know. All right, car chases, you already know what movie. Rita sympathizes with the lonely character. I've already underlined just now in the text about lonely character. And then Araf likes watching live action musicals. Live action musicals. I already know the answer for all that just after reading the text. So you have Tasha enjoys watching action horror movies. So you see that action horror movies, only one story there, which is Alive. Because Alive is talking about zombie. Okay, so answer is A. There is no other stories about action horror movies. Car chases, we all know, it's and Furious, right? Action packed. And then Rita sympathizes with a lonely character. The only word lonely that I see here would be here. Mulan doesn't talk about lonely, Aladdin doesn't, it's Sonic. So it would be C. And Araf likes watching live action musicals. And here it's live action version of Disney animated classic. Okay, so that would be E. So alphabet must be correct. Write in capital letter when all of these, all of this is in capital. All right, A is capital, B capital, C capital, E capital. All right, then let's go to the next one, which is this one. They want you to fill in instruction, no more than one word. Please don't write more than one word. because the moment you write more than one word, nobody reads your answer, we just give you 0, right? Just write one word. You can always count on storylines when it comes to movies about zombies. You can always count on what storylines. The heroines, who's the heroine, join the army. You know what story joins the army. One Sega video game character is all alone and longs for. And in order to experience life outside palace walls, the heroine disguises herself as a. Okay, so you need to find the answer. You can always count on what storylines when it comes to movies about zombies. So when it comes to zombie here, you got words here. You can always count on what? When it comes to movies about zombies. The first space thriller, there are still fresh story to tell when it comes to The Walking Dead. Walking Dead is another term that you use for zombies, right? So, fresh storylines. Here you got fresh story, right? You take the word fresh here and put it here. You can always count on fresh storylines when it comes to movies about zombies. Okay? The heroine steals her father what so that she can join the army. If it's army, the story is, if I'm not mistaken, Mulan. Alright? Very specific reason. Mulan is a story of a young Chinese girl with a strong to protect. Mulan steals her father's armor so that she can join the army. It's straightforward there, so answer is armor. Spelling must be correct. Please don't have spelling mistakes when the words are from the text. Okay, one Sega video character is all alone. A character, Sega character is, if I'm not wrong, is this one. Alright, Sonic the Hedgehog. Helpless and is all alone, but he is lonely, hence the movie's message, which revolves around the importance of companionship. So one Sega video game character is all alone and longs for companionship. And in order to experience life outside the palace wall, right? So again, it's going back to Mulan. Is it Mulan? Yes. Okay. Is it Mulan? Or is it someone else? Outside the palace wall. Okay. Set in China, Mulan is a story of her with a strong. She steals and pretending to be a man. No, that's not the one. Going back to Aladdin. Is of now. Okay. Rastri, very good. In what the original book belongs to be. Now I'm finding where is the story. Okay, here. Also run into Princess Jasmine, who disguises as a handmaid as she wishes to experience life outside the palace wall. So in order to experience life outside the palace wall, the heroine disguises herself as, is it Aladdin, a handmaid. Alright, so all the answers are actually from the text. You just make sure it is spelled correctly. Okay, right. So do you all have any question you want to ask? Because it's very quiet. I've never done online live where everyone is so quiet. When I did this 2 years ago, a lot of people ask questions and they answer and all that, but I think it's been a long time. Everyone is so quiet. So any question you want to ask? No. No question. Any ideas that you would share with other friends? These are things you can think of after I've done the session. And 3 new information or things you have learned that you may have not focused on before, whether you're a teacher or a student. Okay? No, nothing. Silence is golden. Right, so I hope that my session has been helpful to all of you. Right, so please feel free to contact me if you have any questions that you want to ask. All right. So I would like to wish everyone good luck and thank you so much for your attendance today. I will have my seminar on writing at 2 o'clock today. So if you're interested with the session writing, you want to improve on your writing, please do come at 2 o'clock p.m. sharp today. I will do that on writing. All right. So thank you so much for your presence. I really appreciate it. Take care and goodbye, everyone.